Today we'll be going over the multivitamin. It is the most widely used supplement in America and maybe in the world. Um, if you're one of those people that take a multivitamin or you're out trying to look for a good multivitamin, this video should be of great help, kind of giving you some tips and some things to look for to make sure that you're able to purchase something of good quality and something that's going to help you and not hurt you like a lot of these multivitamins can do. So why is this the most widely used supplement in the world? Well, for starters, there are a lot of unhealthy people in the world and a lot of people that are deficient in vitamins and minerals. So a multivitamin is a very convenient shortcut to try to get themselves back into balance. They're also generally pretty cheap, and if nothing else, it's going to give you a sense of security, something that you're doing right for your body, and even if you have poor quality multivitamin, you still may get some benefits just based on the placebo effect. Now you need to be careful that you're not giving yourself a false sense of security with these multis and using them as an excuse to do more unhealthy things. Most of these multivitamins are synthetic, so they won't have the other cofactors and the enzymes to help your body properly absorb these. The legitimate whole food multivitamins are more expensive than your vast majority of multis out there on the market. So don't shortchange yourself when it comes to your health. Look for something that is good quality and don't just discard it because it's expensive. People are unique and we all have little different nutrient needs. There's not a one-size-fits-all multivitamin. So just be aware of that just because you're taking something doesn't mean you are fully covered for your deficiencies. Multivitamin is not giving you the excuse to stop exercising, sleeping less, skipping your meals, or eating too much, eating the bad kinds of foods, the cupcakes and the donuts. It doesn't mean that now you can go out and party more nights of the week and you can just get plastered. Multivitamin is not your one-stop, fix-all savior of your health. So I want to get a little bit into the physical form of these multivitamins because the form of them does matter. Most multivitamins are going to be capsules or tablets, and that's just because they're a lot more convenient to take that way. You can take a few capsules with you to work and take them, and it's really simple. But when it comes to the absorption of these multis, the liquids and the powders are going to be a lot better for you. And I know a lot of people don't like the taste, and it can be a little more inconvenient mixing up powders, but in the long run, it's going to be a lot more beneficial to you. I know a lot of people like the gummies and the chewables, because they taste good and it's fun, and it's like having candy or whatever. But those are going to have a lot of added ingredients so that they can be gummies or chewables and they can taste good. And a lot of times they're going to have modified cornstarch in there and food colorings and things that in the long run are going to hurt you more than help you. Now I want to go over food-based multivitamins. They like to use this word quite a bit to trick people into think they're getting an actual whole food multivitamin, but in reality they are much different. A whole food multivitamin has very high bioavailability because it's the natural vitamins and minerals themselves that all contain the cofactors and the phytochemicals. They're going to be able to absorb and assimilate in your body properly. There's no fillers, no binders in these kind of multis. Now, what turns people away a lot of times is that they're not going to have as high of dosages in them, high potencies, because they just can't when they're whole food. There's the food-based multivitamins that do have higher dosages in them, and that can be tricky because now you see one that also says food on it and it's a lot higher, so you're going to take that one. But the food-based multivitamins actually bind synthetic vitamins with the natural ones through enzymes, and it's not going to have that complete nutrient profile that the whole food multi had. There also is probably going to be fillers and binders in these type of multivitamins. So just be careful that you're reading actually what it's saying and not just seeing a word food on there and thinking that, hey, this is a great quality multi here I can take. Now I wanted to touch back a little bit more on this RDA, this recommended daily allowance. A lot of people take this number as a gospel, like this is what I need to be looking at to make sure I'm getting all of my nutrients that I need. Well, everybody's different, everybody has different needs. So just by looking at an RDA on a multivitamin is not a smart way to go about it. And some multivitamins have really high amounts of one mineral in them, and the other minerals lack a little bit. And with minerals, there needs to be a proper ratio and a proper balance to them. So be careful that you're not getting too much of one mineral and not enough of some of the other minerals. That's something that I'll go over a little bit more later in the video. Now, something that a lot of multivitamins like to do to impress people is to pump up their numbers, make it look like you're getting a hefty dose of everything just so you're well covered in case you have a deficiency somewhere. More does not equal better. When it comes to vitamins and minerals, you need to have the right balance. So just look at these levels of vitamins and minerals. If they seem to be outrageous numbers, they're probably synthetic vitamins and minerals. So that can be a sign to keep you away from it. Like for example, B vitamins, I mean, they're always going to be high, it seems like, in every multivitamin. But you're pretty much wasting your money with these mega dosages of vitamin B. Even though it's a water-soluble vitamin and your body will just flush the excess, it's still something that you're just wasting your money on. And, some of the other fat-soluble vitamins can tend to be pretty high as well. And there you might be actually hurting yourself. Alright, so minerals are actually the real need. Our soil is getting more depleted of minerals, as we speak. Our foods are not going to contain the levels of minerals that they used to 50, 100 years ago. So this is why a lot of people are getting to be deficient in certain minerals. The minerals are so important because if you have deficiencies, you're not going to be able to absorb your vitamins as well from your foods. Now, just because you may have a certain deficiency in one mineral doesn't mean you should just go and load up on that one mineral. These minerals need to be taken at their proper ratios. So, for example, taking 1,000 milligrams of calcium via supplement every day is going to start eating away at your magnesium levels in the body, and maybe zinc and iron as well, as all four of those minerals share the same receptors in the body. So that is why it's so important to take these things all together and get all of your essential minerals and not just a singular one mineral. So I want to give you a few things that you can look for when you're out buying a multivitamin, or if you already have one, look at your multivitamins label. The first thing that I usually do is look at the vitamin B12. If that happens to be cyanocobalamin, that's a very good indicator to me that the other vitamins in this multi are probably of a cheaper quality as well. Cyanocobalamin is B12 bound to cyanide. Calcium carbonate is another one that's used in a lot of these supplements, and calcium carbonate is something that they make cement from. Magnesium oxide is the most widely manufactured magnesium supplement around. It's the poorest absorbed, and a lot of people use it as a laxative because it absorbs so poorly. It's just going right through your body. Potassium chloride is another one. Some of the ingredients down at the bottom of the bottle on the other ingredients list you can look out for: modified cornstarch, magnesium stearate, and of course any of the coloring agents that are usually found in the gummies and the chewables. So just a final recap on everything we've went through and a little quality check if you're out there buying a multivitamin or you want to look at your own multivitamin. The first thing to do is look at is it 100% whole food? Does it say that on the label? If it does, you have something that's of good quality. If it doesn't, I would also look at the B12 that's in there. If it says methylcobalamin, that's a very highly bioavailable source of B12. It's better quality than the cyanocobalamin, and a good indicator that your other vitamins and minerals in there are also of a better quality. Take a look at the other ingredients list. If there's anything that's looking sketchy in there, it's probably something to turn away from. Uh, Always good to go with an organic or non-GMO labeled multivitamin. Those have to go through strict procedures to get those, so you know that those are going to be of good quality. And they also are going to be more expensive, but price can be an indicator of quality when it comes to a multivitamin. And like I said before, don't shortchange your health. I mean, this is something that you're putting into your body, and you're doing this because you want to be more healthy. Why get something that's cheap and probably not going to do anything to help you and may even hurt you? So I hope this video has helped you out a little bit. Maybe you learned a thing or two about the multivitamins. This has been another episode of Supplemental Sense.